Let me know if you can hear me. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Man, a lot of technical difficulties today. I thought I had this stream stuff figured out, but we still have some we still have some kinks to work out. But let me know if you can hear me. We'll get started pretty soon. Put your flags in the chat. We got the audio working now. Put the flags in the chat. Let me know where you at. I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Shout out to everybody right now. I know we got some folks in Africa. I know we got some folks in America, probably Spain, Portugal. Let me know where you're at right now in the world. And if you are sipping some tea, let me know what kind of tea you are drinking. You understand? We're going to chill for a good hour, I believe. Get the vibes right. You understand? We got the ginger tea in the building. I see that. We got chai. Ooh, we got London in the building. We got Nigeria in the building. We have Italy in the building. We have North Carolina in the building. What? I love it. We getting the week started off right. Monday, yesterday was a very rough day for me. I wasn't feeling well. I had a slow start, and even today is a little bit slow. But we getting the energy and motion. It's going to be a better week by tomorrow, by right now. You understand? The goal for the live streams is always whatever mood you came in, to raise it by a couple notches. So if you came in feeling like a 5, the goal is for you to leave feeling like a 7. If you came in feeling like a 2, I'm trying to make you feel like a 10. You understand? Of course, we bump into Amapiano from South Africa. Shout out to everybody in South Africa right now. Yeah, we're going to be playing music again today. YouTube doesn't like it when I play music. They send me copyright strikes. They tell me, you're being a bad boy. But you understand, we got to do it for the community. They also tell me that we're not going to monetize you. I'm like, I don't care. We're going to do what we got to do. It's all for the vibes. You understand? It's worth it. We have Ohio in the building. Shout out to everybody. Also, shout out to everybody who has copped their own reminder deck. I am loving the videos that y'all have been sharing. I am loving the stories, the reels, the TikToks. I've been seeing all of it. I am so appreciative for that. You understand? 33 cards. And I just like the way I've been seeing people use them in so many different ways to journal prompting, reflections. I see people bring them to the park. So it's been a big, big, big vibe. Oh, we have Greece in the building. Shout out to Greece. We have Pennsylvania. We have South Africa again. Nigeria. Oh my God. Just because I see Nigeria in the building, I think we got to head right over to Nigeria. Chill. Let me know how you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna be honest. Today I'm a 4, so I'm hoping to leave like a 7. Let me know how you feeling. 1 to 10. We have a 5 in the building. We have a 4 in the building. We have another 5. Oh, we all in a similar mood right now. We all traveling on. Oof. A lot of us are between 3, 4s, and 5s. I'm seeing 6s. Oh, we got to get the mood up for sure. We have another 5, another 5, another 5. Oh, man. It's all good. You understand? Today I woke up around 5:30. I went to the gym, and let me tell you, I was not in the mood to go to the gym. And when I went outside, it was snowing. So that dropped my mood down to a 3. But when I got to the gym, I got the energy and motion there, and then it brought me back up to a 5. Then it brought me back up to a 7 after I had some good food. And then I came to the studio and I had nothing but technical difficulties, frustration, roadblocks in my creative process, but we do the best we can while we can. It may seem like every single day we are going through some type of battle, but we got to recognize that life is a gift in itself, and we're always learning, we're always getting better, right? You do the best you can while we can, and we are growing through whatever we are going through. Oh, we got Colin with the 11.5 out of 10. So we're going to tap into some of Colin's energy right now. You understand? Also, I'm drinking a Lapsang Suhong tea today, black tea. This may be the last week I drink black tea for a while because I've been binging, y'all. Let me tell you, I've been binging on black tea. Black tea is like whiskey for me. It's becoming a problem. You understand? I'm like, okay, it's time to cut yourself off. Now, everything in moderation, but I've been going a little bit too hard with the black tea. So we can get back to the herbals, get back to the organics. Song is Joha, Big Tune, Nigeria, Asaki. Blessings, 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 blessings. Shout out to Dawn, shout out to Kaya, shout out to Raymond. Oh my God, I see a lot of you in the building. I see a lot of familiar faces. Shout out to everyone that watched the video we uploaded today. We have a new video today, which was quite nice. I enjoyed myself filming that one. It was with Tyler, the creator, reacting to one of his videos. We're switching up the content a bit here on the channel. 2020, 2021, we jumped very heavy into the mindfulness. 2022, we are still easing into that energy, but I feel like 2023, we want to pick the energy energy up. You understand? More music, more excitement, more joy, more creativity, just a little bit more energy. I want to actually share with you one of my favorite artists right now, Bobby McFerrin. One of my favorite performances of all time. Now, Bobby McFerrin is a legend. He is literally like an angel in physical manifestation. His voice is amazing. He plays instruments with his voice, you understand? And he walks out on stage with thousands of people in front of him with no script, no real agenda, no blueprint. He just allows himself to flow and tap into that beautiful spirit. So he has some of the best performances. And for me, the way he performs is a similar way to how I want to create my content, more improv. Shout out to Fisani Thando in the chat, who I could tell knows her Bobby McFerrin. So let's get into this.
Hi, this is Richard Bona. Actually.
Now this is a crazy collaboration.
But that's the name that you go by because your African name is so beautiful, but it's so long.
It's too long.
It's too long. But tell me again what it is. It is.
Forgot it. Bonapenda ya yuma ilolo.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful name. Beautiful. I wish I had a name like that. My name is very just English. I wish I had a name like that, but you understand? It's all good. Y'all tune in. This is fire. I'm telling you, this is angelic. You have to pay attention.
Indimba sunyango to in the moduyo all ane munendo wana myango ndogo singe myango me mawevo nende oh mafo aso manuto tindo so manuto tin yele mundo ingela tinila la tindo tupolia tupiwa tinde lango tupolia tupowa nema inde la tindo dulu o sengie na dona
I 100% imagine this is what heaven sounds like when you're entering the kingdom. So Bobby right here is actually like using his voice as an instrument and playing notes, and it's just like wow what he does. It's out of this world completely. I often come back to this same performance just to bring myself back to my presence, bring myself back to my source, and like instantly it just puts me in an element. So I'll put this link in the description so you can have it for yourself as well, but keep paying attention. It's beautiful. We have a super chat that I'm going to get to. Thank you, Kaya Koof, for the super chat. He says, or she says, Heinz, I have a question. Would you ever be open to meeting your fans? 100%. We're actually, what we're doing right here is actually my segue to some type of live gathering. So the energy, like the vibe that we are cultivating here and, we are going to perfect. Then I want to bring this and like do pop-ups in cities all around the world. We've been talking about it. So I want to come to different cities. I'm going to grab people's email addresses and I'll be in America. We're going to go everywhere. You understand? I want to meet as many people as possible, probably pop up in like popular tea shops around the world and just have this type of vibe. You understand? Good music, good energy, good people, good vibrations. Thank you, Kaya, for the super chat. Remember that sound is healing, you understand? Sound is vibration. In the beginning was the word. What is a word? A word is a vibration. It's a sound, you understand? To me, I think music is one of the most powerful things that can bring people together. I bet you right now we have all races, gender, ages in this group, and we're all here tapping into a frequency, and that is the power of sound, and that is the power of individuality, you understand? When we express the very gift that we are given, like these two brothers right here, who clearly have immaculate gifts. Bobby McFerrin, live in Montreal. This is where it gets funky. Do y'all hear that bass right now? Richard Brona? One of my biggest regrets ever is just not learning an instrument proficiently. Like that is one of my biggest regrets. I don't have that. Well, it's not even a gift, but it's more of a skill. I can't really do two different things with my hands like musicians can do. And I'm just like, man, I need to tap into that side of my brain. You understand? I need to unlock that part because I just feel like that's going to do so much for my childlike spirit. This is the year of self-expression. This year is an elevation of our creativity. All of us, we are tapping in. And this is why I love Bobby McFerrin and why I love these performances is because although they have like a rough guideline of what they're going to do, they freestyle. Like you can see right now, they getting goofy. You understand? They having laughs during it. And although there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people watching them, they have the confidence and they give themselves the ability just to flow, to be free in the moment. And a lot of times with our own creativity, we don't even give ourselves that ability to be free. We put so much pressure on ourselves. We put all these rules and all our boundaries around our creativity or whatever we are trying to build when really, we just got to breathe into it freely. You understand? Let it live. Let it be. If you make a mistake, learn, grow. It's not that serious. It truly never is. Oof. Bobby McFerrin and Richard Brona. Come on, tell me. Let me know 1 out of 10 what you thought about that performance. Because come on, that was fire, 100%. I love it. What I really love about that performance was you could tell they enter a new realm, you understand? And I think creativity, that's what it is. You know, an act of creation is an attempt to enter a new realm. You know, it's a portal into the unseen world, into a flow state. What is that movie? Was it Soul? When like they would get into that flow state and they would literally like leave their body in a way and they would be in another dimension and like all the happy souls would just be playing their instruments or dancing. And it's like, that's the place we should try to tap into every single day, you understand? But it requires our focus. It requires attention. And we have that ability, but far too often, a lot of us, and myself included, we fall victim to our distractions, but distractions divide us from our destiny. All it takes is a little bit of discipline, you know, a little bit of structure, right? I believe we create structure so we can actually be free within our own boundaries, free to do as we please, but we know where our energy is going. And then we get to cherish whatever serves our spirit, right? Not giving our energy to things that no longer serve us or watching things that anger us. You know, a few months ago, I found myself in a place where I wasn't feeling that motivated or inspired. I'd wake up and I didn't really feel the desire to do what I normally do. And I couldn't understand why. I was tripping. I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm normally a very motivated individual. And it's like, I wasn't, like, I'll go outside and the trees just weren't as green as they normally were to me. You know, nothing tasted like what it used to taste like. And then I looked at my YouTube algorithm and I was like, whoa, my algorithm has gotten very negative. I have been consuming too many of the world's problems. I have been too engaged with what's going on. I need to unplug. I need to come back to the root. And once I did that, let me tell you, minor changes, just minor changes in our life will make a major shift. I came back to my root, planted my seeds, nurtured my soil, and within a month I was back feeling amazing. And now I'm like, oh man, we got to be careful, because I wasn't even aware how I fell into that space where I was just consuming all these things. Because normally, you know, we got our boundaries up, but distractions divide us from our destiny, and they will slither in, just like a snake. But the cool thing I love about it was it inspired me a lot again. It really inspired me to take care of the childlike spirit and how important it is. I think when we consume too many of the world's traumas, our childlike spirit within goes into hiding, you understand? Because that little child within us, it's all about the innocence, you understand? It's all about the glory, the beauty. And I am a firm believer that we should be aware of what's going on, because many of us, like you, my friend, a lot of you are the solutions to the very problems that this world has. So of course, being aware is good, but we need to understand how to protect our peace, to create those necessary boundaries, to be able to focus, to have our attention on lock. And then we can transform any feeling into whatever we are doing. I find that anger, heartbreak, jealousy, joy, happiness, all of that is great for creativity. You can take that with good focus and transmute it into anything that you're doing, building a business, going to the gym, whatever it may be, creating that YouTube channel, that painting, that song, that book, that writing, whatever it may be. The one emotion I found that doesn't transmute well is fear. Fear, for some reason, just be stopping you in the tracks. So I'd be very cautious of, am I consuming a little bit too much fear? Am I living in a fearful state? And if I am, I got to readjust, because I believe there's actually more good than bad. I believe there's more good people than evil people. I believe there's more beauty than not. But it takes focus. It takes shifting our perspective, you understand? It takes setting our eyes on the right things. Our credentials is in our spirit, right? Our heart is what defines us. I truly believe in that. Our heart is what defines us. And a lot of us, we may have been in a place this year just repairing our heart, getting it in the right position so we can step into our purpose. Maybe last year wasn't a big financial year, and that's okay. We were working on our heart. Now, maybe this year we're building our finances. We're all in different spaces in our life, so it's very key that we don't compare ourselves, because this year for me is a completely different feeling than last year. And if I was going to compare myself to somebody else, they're in a completely different season as well. So it's key that we have that absolute relationship with our journey, our journey. Embracing the present, embracing our last step, because far too often we don't give credit for the last step that we took. We don't give credit for the last step that we took. We be focused on the next step. We be focused on the things that we want to worry about. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that, y'all. Let me know how you feeling in the chat. If anyone's mood has actually lifted, if your vibration has, let me know how you feeling in the chat right now.
Pray
This song always puts on like an inner smile within my spirit. You understand? Wande Cole, Come My Way. You know, Africa does a real big. If you come to the number one chill spot on YouTube, you're gonna get a lot of global sounds. You understand? Not just America. You're gonna get sounds from Brazil. You're gonna get sounds from Portugal. You're gonna get sounds from Africa. We may go to Japan. You understand? We go all over the world because the whole world has something beautiful to offer. And this is 100% my inner smile song. Now, remember, YouTube does not like us doing this. YouTube is like, hey, Heinz, I'm getting emails right now, copyright emails and all of that. So I appreciate everyone who sends a super chat and supports the vibes. But your presence right here is the support as well. So thank you. We vibing. Chill. Bless up, everybody. Bless up. How many people we have in the chat? I'm not even sure. I haven't even looked at the numbers. Oh, we have 300 people in the chat. That's amazing. Shout out to everyone that's here right now. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Bianca. Shout out to Purification Process. Shout out to Alex Is. And it's that number one chill spot on YouTube. I actually saw this artist on YouTube the other day that had such a good cover song of one of my favorites, you know, Bob Marley. Bob Marley is like my all-time favorite inspiration. I don't know, it's just his impact on the world, it's unmatched to me. You know, I just love how people from all over Europe, you know, the Caribbean, America, Africa, everywhere, you know, they were attracted by him. They loved his energy, and he was able to bring everyone together at a time when there was a lot of segregation, and he just preached a message of one love. He was truly like another like angel that came in the physical manifestation. So I love Bob. There's also a song I once listened to, it's called Rastaman Live Up, Never Give Up. Now, when I listened to this song, I remember I was in like the worst place ever in my life. I was just, words can't even tell. I just was not in a good place. And he just sang these simple words like a mantra over and over in the song. Rasta, never give up, live up. And I don't know why. Like, I know that sounds so simple, but it changed my life in that moment. It's actually the moment I decided to grow my dreads. It's almost like he was calling out to me. He's like, Rasta. I was like, he's like, don't give up, live up. And that's why I love to just bring a simple message in my content. I don't think things need to be too complicated. A lot of the times, all we need is a simple reminder to get us through the day. So let me show you the song, because it is a vibe. By Joseph Solomon. Is that his name? Is that his name? I believe so.
Turn your lights down low.
Let's bring it back.
Turn your lights down low. And pull your window curtain. Or let your moon come shining into our lives again. Saying, ooh, it's been a long, long time. I kept this message for you, girl. But it seems I was never on time. Still I wanna get through to you, girl. time. I want to give you some love. I want to give you some good loving. Oh, I want to give you some good loving. So turn your lights down low.
Come on now. Ooh, if anybody got some incense, light them incense.
Try to
You know, pour that tea. Oh, come on. We in a vibe right now.
or let my love come pouring in into your life again, saying, ooh, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I want you to know right now, ooh, I love you. And I want you to know right now that I just want to give you some love.
Come on now.
I want to give you some good loving. Oh, I want to give you some good loving.
Hey, Joseph Solomon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, a big vibe. Big vibe. Big vibe. We're going to get into some questions, but before we get into some questions, we're going to play the reminder deck for a quick second. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the reminder deck in hindsight. 33 reminders to support you in your expansion and renew oneself. The holy grail of reminders. This is self-care. This is color therapy. Yeah.
It's actually a very nice experience.
Coming to you. Make sure to add it to your self-care routine. Your energy is an investment. Get yours at .com.
Well, that was fun.
Make sure to get the reminder deck. Love it. Let's get into some questions. Shout out to everyone that's here right now. We vibe in. Number one chill spot on YouTube. You know what my goal is? My goal is for in 2024 to rent out a billboard in New York Times Square and put number one chill spot. You know, like I see like a lot of influencers and stuff, you know, go to New York Times Square when they get their picture up from a company. But I'm like, no, I want to rent the billboard myself and put the number one chill spot. I love it. Yeah, we got some questions here. Yes, we do. Let's get into it. Let me see. Give me a second here. Let me know how you feeling on a rate of 1 to 10 because we've been vibing. I want to make sure y'all energy is already up. So we have, let's see. Oh, Kaya again with the super chat. Shout out to Kaya. Oh my, Kaya, you a big vibe. I appreciate you 100%. Not my original question. Someone else asked, but would you ever make a beat making tutorial? Yeah, we could do something like that. You know, I would not say I'm the most techie dude. I just know how to get things working the way I want them to work. But I could do something like that. You know, once I fully understand this live stream process to where the point I'm trying to get it, I'm actually want to like make music live, you know, bring different elements in. So definitely I feel like we can get into that. Thank you for that. Let's get into RX Euro. do you consider AI art real art? I don't, and I wonder how it's going to change the art world. Oh yeah, it's going to change the art world for sure. Yeah, I do still see it as art. To me, art is anything that is a self-expression. You understand? Now, I've seen AR art. Like, of course, you can go into AI and you can type in monkey on a beach and it will give you an image right away, but it's not that good. Now, I've seen some amazing things done with, actually, I've made some things that are quite amazing myself, but I've seen some really amazing things that you simply just can't get with the first level prompt. You have to go through many prompts, different blends, taking elements. People take what they made, bring it into Photoshop, do some, effects, bring it back. So it's going to change the art world 100%, but this is just a pattern in history. When cameras first came out, like to take pictures, painters were upset because before cameras, the only way to get a portrait taken was through a painting. And how did a painter feel? They felt like, oh my God, this thing does it in a millisecond, what they would do in days. Now, of course, there's a fear there because there's a threat. I think AI is going to change the world 100%, but I don't think it's going to destroy artists. I think artists right now, especially painters and illustrators, I think they should be utilizing AI because actually they're the ones that can create the best creations. Photoshop used to be so tedious in the sense if you wanted to crop a picture out, you had to go there and do all these little dots and dots and dots, and it would take minutes to 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Now you have iPad apps that you pop the picture in and it'll give you exactly what you want back out. It will crop it for you instantly. You have apps that will edit your videos. You have other apps that will actually produce music for you. Like, it's not just the art world that's getting affected. I think the art world is just scared because now they've been hit with that realization, but there's many different things that have already simplified a lot of people's artistic expressions. I don't think AI is a bad thing. You understand? I think it's just another pattern in history. It happens in industries all the time. Think about how music used to be made. Music was analog and then it went digital, right? That process was simplified 100%. Think about the calculator, right? At one point you had mathematicians doing math like they were respected. And then a calculator came in and did that in seconds, right? So I think AI is a tool, and I think that's the way we need to see it. And of course, it's going to shape the world in negative ways and positive ways, but there's no stopping it. There's actually no stopping it. It's like looking at a tsunami and telling a tsunami, hey, can you come back a different day? That's just not realistic. So I personally think, because I know a lot of my artist friends who actually paint, who do illustrations, they are very excited about AI. They've been utilizing it and getting better creations than what they do sometimes on their own. They're just like, man, I love how it can transport into different worlds. So to me, I think it is a tool. I think people should be utilizing it instead of fighting it right now, instead of arguing or complaining, because at the end of the day, it's going to be here 100%. And I've seen amazing things made with AI that simply it takes an artist to make that still. Good taste and bad taste, AI doesn't, right? You can have bad taste and use AI and still get subnormal pictures, right? I've seen really amazing artists do some really amazing things with AI. I think what it does though is it gives everybody the ability to have some type of art or to make things easier for other people. So freelancing will get hit a bit, but you always have to pivot. We always have to be on top and ahead of the game. I remember 4 years ago when I realized everyone learned how to edit videos, and iPhones, and TikTok came out and they gave you editing abilities. Now, my background is videography and editing. I worked as a professional videographer for pretty much almost 10 years. And I remember realizing that, oh my God, what I do is not going to be of much value anymore. I'm not going to be able to make the same amount of money editing videos like I did before. And of course, an app can't edit like me, but people were realizing that short form videos, like 5 seconds, 10-second videos, were more valuable than a 2-minute video for your business. So I realized that, and I was like, man, I'm going to have to pivot because technology is infringing on what I can do. And I knew there's nothing I could do. I can't stop it. So we pivot, we transform. It happened with taxi drivers, with Uber. It happens in every industry. So now it's happening with the art world. But I think, again, artists, this is a great opportunity, I think. And I think they should utilize it, because I still think the real artists are going to have the best creations, and people are still going to sought out their work. Like, even till this day, people still seek out musicians for music instead of just digital music. Although you can do everything digitally, there's something different from a live band. There's something just different, right? There's that feeling, there's that soul within it. So make sure that you understand that about yourself. You have a gift. You understand? You have an essence. Yes, AI could do the technicals, but can it duplicate your essence? No, because you are a one-on-one. So do not be afraid. Let's evolve 100%. You understand? Let me see if there's any other questions. I can't really see them right now. So try to send them to the top for me. We have a 5.5 in the building. But let's also, I don't want to write off how people feel about AI, especially if you're an artist, because it is a scary thing, right? When you see something that is able to do what you do in seconds when it normally takes a day or two. But I personally, just studying history, you have to understand these things always happen. And I still don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Utilize it. Do you believe social media has done more harm or more good to us as a species? That's a difficult one. It's obviously done a lot of harm, right? It's done a lot of harm. But I think we're babies, we're infants right now when it comes to social media. We're still getting used to it. So at the same time, it's done a lot of good, and I can't really talk too bad about it, because the first time I experienced social media or the internet in grade 7, I was like amazed. I'll be honest, I truly love the internet. I truly love creation. I truly love the ability, being able to share with people all over the world. So I think just the fact how it's brought us all together, and it's inspired people. I think it's done more good. The bad part of it, I just think we are still learning how to live with it. It hasn't been around that long if you think about it. Even smartphones, they haven't been around that long. So we're still learning, we're babies crawling with these devices right now. And I think we'll get better. And, and I think we'll have better boundaries, and I think over time as a collective and as a species, we're going to know how to truly utilize these things. But of course, there's been a lot of harm. Will you ever do a live concert for your podcast? That's actually the goal. I love how you guys ask the questions on the things I'm trying to do. That is my goal. So I think that's the live streaming is kind of like a segue towards that. It's like a way for me to understand how I could possibly do that, because I would love to do it scoring sounds, and I'd love it to be like an audio visual experience. So that's why I wanted to do live streaming. Instead of just like making videos, recording and editing. So yeah, 100%. When will you be selling your favorite incense and tea? Later this year. The incense are all done. The packaging's basically done. We're just actually working out a couple more kinks. And then, later this year. I only want to bring the best of the best when it comes to products. So things take a little bit of time, but I'm appreciative for everyone's patience. I'm appreciative for everyone who already supported the first product. I'd love to be sovereign on the internet. I'd love to really just stream, make videos, and have my own products and just be an independent creator like that 100%. So that's the goal. So I appreciate everyone that's here 100%. 333 views, 333 likes from Mind Deck. Yeah. Glad you decided to go live today. It definitely makes a difference. You know what? The funny thing is, I almost didn't go live today. because there's people outside my studio with chainsaws right now making noise. Also, I was having a lot of technical difficulties. But then I said, you know what? I said I was going to go live today. And although everything's not working, let's just go. Let's just kick a vibe. Like, it's not that serious. Actually, something Bobby McFerrin said that I love. He said when he performs, he doesn't look at his shows like a performance. He just looks at it like it's a part of his day. And he draws relatability to folk singing in Africa. He's like, when folks in, the villages sing together, it's not a scheduled performance. It's just something that they do around noon, and they just hit a little jam and connect with the community. And that's the same way I try to look at live streaming. It doesn't have to be this big miraculous show or, perfectly planned out, but it's really all about just getting up here and connecting with the community, because at the end of the day, I love making videos, but for me, it's a lot more fun to actually see you here and talk to you and engage and have that live element, like we connecting, we vibing. It can go any way right now. So I love that. What advice would you give yourself in your mid-20s? Stop telling yourself that you have to do something by a certain age. I told myself I had to be a millionaire, but I would be a millionaire by 25, and I said 28. And those are such silly things, right? And don't compare yourself. I used to look at somebody that I look up to, and if they did something by the age of 27, I would tell myself, okay, I have 5 years till I'm 27, so I got to do that too. Comparing my journey and my timeline with others, which just took energy away from my own path. So, but regardless, I'm still happy with how everything went. I made a lot of mistakes, but we learned from them, we grew from them, and we got better. I think your 20s is it's such an amazing building time, or is it, you have so much room to make mistakes. And really, your whole life you can make mistakes, but your 20s really you're free, you're out of high school, but there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of comparison when really there doesn't need to be. You understand? Like, you have time. You have room to grow, live, be present, work hard on your dreams, but also, work hard on your community, build those solid friendships, take those trips with your friends. Me and my friends, we didn't take a lot of trips because we were all so busy, we were also dedicated to other things. And I wish we just committed to at least one trip a year, a boys trip. So make sure you build that community, you understand? Nurture that. We need a Heinz listeners Discord group. Yeah. What do you mean by that, actually? I don't even think I fully understand, but whatever it is, it sounds nice. It sounds nice. As a God, let me trim this down. We have Maria here. As a God-loving Jah-man. I like that. What are your thoughts on repeating numbers like 333, demonic or angelic? You see a lot of conflicting thoughts about it. Yeah, I don't like, I think some people live in a daily psychosis between good and evil. It's very careful that you don't become way too superstitious, right? So if you see the numbers 333, I don't put much importance to it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Look at, like, 3 is my favorite number, or 5. So when I see 555, I'm like, that's cool. But I'm not like, oh my God, that's a sign. And I'm also not like, oh my God, it's demons. Like, I just don't live in that paradigm. I'll be honest, actually, I used to, but it doesn't do no service. I don't like how everyone blames everything on a demonic force, how people look at other people and say, oh, that's a demon because they don't have the same viewpoint as them. And I actually see it as a psychosis, a spiritual psychosis. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't another dimension. I'm not saying that there's a good and, a lesser good, or you could say some type of evil energy. But to live in that every single day, no, I don't do that. So I don't really see angel numbers as divine, and I don't really see them as evil. I just see them for what they are and however I want to receive it. Oh no, we have a Discord, y'all. We already have one. There's a Discord. There's over 5,000 people in the Discord. If I had the link, I would share it with you. If somebody else can drop the link, that would be amazing, because I don't want to find the link right now. But yeah, we have a Discord. The Discord be vibing too. Natasha M. Oh, these comments come in a little bit too big on the screen. Natasha says, love the podcast by engaging live with you. It's so dope. Do you think there's a equally unique way to connect on the podcast similar to live on YouTube? That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out right now. Like, I haven't been really doing my podcast much, mainly because I want to change the process around it. And I've been trying to figure out, how can I make it a little bit more fun and interactive? Now, the same way I live stream, I've been thinking I may record my podcast that way, do it live, like plugging in the sounds live, recording live, and then boom, shipping it to the platforms. But I'm gonna work on it, because I really want to evolve what I was doing with the podcast and not just repeat what I was doing. Although I know people want what I was doing, but for me, I want to make sure I'm having fun as well. So I'm trying to figure out a new process, a new way of going about it. Those are, y'all ask questions that, like, y'all ask such good questions. These are literally things I've been working on. $350. We still have like a little bit more time. We have 300 folks in here. I want to thank all 300 of you. Big vibes, big vibes. This was a random stream. Although I had it planned, I almost didn't come on stream, but we made it happen.
Maybe now it's not.
Never stop creating. Trendsetter, 100%. Never stop creating. That's the vibe this year. That's the motto always. I like this question. Tyree Muse. How do you remain creatively disciplined when you're uninspired? I'm not inspired every single day. I just make a commitment to myself, right? My creativity isn't dependent on how I feel. It's dependent on a choice, and I make that decision. And if I'm really not feeling it some days, like it just won't come out, I just do the tedious things. Maybe I'll organize some of my sounds. I do the things that will make it easier for me to fall into my process next time. So maybe I'll organize my hard drives. Maybe I just, watch some content that I like. Or to be honest, I'll go and make AI pictures just to transport myself into a different world. But at the end of the day, I don't rely on my feelings for creativity. Now, our feelings are what we put into our creations 100%. But if you want to be consistent with it, because I believe our highest form of nutrition is in our expression, it's more of a decision, mind over matter. You understand? You just tell yourself, today we're doing this, regardless of how I feel. I had to tell myself all the time, Heinz, how you feel is irrelevant. I literally had to tell myself all the time. I was like, how I feel is irrelevant right now. But what I find is, pretty much all the time, 99% of the time, once I just get into action, 30%, 40% into the process, I'm inspired, I'm motivated. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to sit around just waiting for that inspiration. We create that, you understand? We have that ability. We have that ability to create inspiration within us. Every single day, it is possible. We actually, because somebody asked about discipline and creativity, Bobby McFerrin has some of the best advice. Let me see if he has anything to say in this clip right now. Oh, this doesn't want to play, huh? Yeah, shout out to South Africa, Canada. Anytime I see South Africa in the building, they always hype that I'm playing amapiano. Much love.
I remember when my wife's mother died, she said that when the moment that her mother died, she knew that what she was looking at was no longer her mother because the spirit had left her body. Right. And it's the spirit that animates our life. But every day from the moment that you get up until the hour that you go to bed, you are battling. Your spirit and your flesh are battling for dominance.
So exactly what we were just talking about, right? What do you do? How do you get into motion? How do you have the discipline to create when you're not inspired? We're in a constant battle every single day between our spirit and our flesh. Our flesh says, no, today I want to lay in bed. Today I'm not in the mood. But the spirit has to override the flesh, understand, and take a step.
Constantly. You know that the right thing to do is to not say what's on your mind, even though it might be true and even though it might be necessary, but it's not kind. Mm-hmm. But you want to say it anyway. You're battling with the flesh and the spirit. The flesh says, just get it off your chest. And the spirit says, no, wait. Think. Pause. Find the right word or the right time. Maybe now is not the time to do it. I mean, it's a constant war. So what this guy is saying is absolutely true, but it's true for everyone. Mm-hmm.
But the spirituality in your music is embodied, right? It's fleshly too. I mean, that joy that you talked about, that.
We walk by the spirit, not by the flesh, but the spirit is always stronger than the flesh if you believe in it 100%.
That transformative thing that happens when you start singing. It's not just about the sound. It's something that's happening in your whole body, and music has that transformative effect on a listener as well.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I know in 90 minutes of performing on stage or being on stage is that I'm in the battle with the flesh and I'm going to win.
And that's really the attitude that we need to have, right? Every single day we're going to probably every single day I wake up and I have maybe like 10 seconds of anxiety, like, oh my God, there's so much I have to do today. Can I even do it? Then I put my feet on the ground and I remind myself who I am, ground myself, be present. Don't think about everything I have to do for today, but just nurture myself in the moment. And we just have that attitude like, I'm going to win. Spirit over flesh. I'm going to win. It's that belief in self, right? Confidence. Sometimes people think you have to have the confidence to do something, but really a lot of times doing it gives you the confidence. Many things I've done, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, but I was like, you know what? Let's just let's just see what happens.
Better.
I think he says something here that I really love.
Today than yesterday. How can I be more of a success spiritually today than I was yesterday? I like to think of the word step, S-T-E-P. Healing begins with the spirit.
With the spirit, you understand? That's why we are led by spirit, not by the flesh.
Trickles down to the thoughts, which changes our emotions, which comes out of our bodies physically.
I love that. Step, S-T-E-P, spirit, thought, emotions, physical. And I actually take that into my process as well. Spirit, thought, emotions, physical, right? The spirit has the ability to transform our thoughts. When we have happy, positive thoughts, what does it do? It transforms our emotions, which gets us into action. It transforms our physical. So a lot of times things start from the spirit. And that's why I play so much music in my live streams, because to me, that's a spiritual thing.
Our bodies manifest our emotions, which in turn are manifested by our thoughts, which in turn are manifested by the spirit. So we can all work on those four things concurrently, but if you're going to work on any one of them, you need to start with the spirit. So regardless of their faith, regardless of their religion, because religion can be very confining. I don't really think of myself as a religious person per se, but more a spiritual person who follows Christ, who follows Jesus as my spiritual master. Unfortunately, we think that there are religious things and there are unreligious things. To me, and I read this somewhere and I thought it was beautiful, just being is a religious experience.
I love that, 100%. That's why I always say our presence has purpose. Just being, you're going to find a lot of purpose in your presence. Just being is a spiritual experience in itself. Experiencing that joy, experiencing that misery, experiencing that frustration, right? Experiencing those aches in our body. At the end of the day, it don't feel good, but it is all a gift, 100%. I think that life is a blessing. It is a gift, and it takes realignment, a shift in perspective at times just to remember, because we do sometimes get a little bit too consumed with the world's worries, with the world's ways, with our own ways. Man, we have a chainsaw outside right now just going crazy, and it is annoying me. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm like literally in a forest, but they're like building some type of new thing, and they've been chopping wood, sawing wood all day. Let me know how you feeling on a 1 to 10. You understand? I'm feeling like a good 8 now. I came in feeling like a 4, but I'm like a good 8 now. You understand? If you would like to see, weekly, almost daily, 3-4 times a week streams, let me know in the chat if this is something that you like. You understand? Because we'll continue to do it. We'll continue to build on it. They will continue to get better.
So like water with inside coconut. Sleep after tip, you give me stamina. Wait for you so the same time will come up. Me and you at the same time. I never want to leave, so dance with me, I pull up on your beach, It's time to swim, Baby girl, make you know the lie. No lie. Make it tell your friends, say you dey feel this guy. Don't even waste time. Cause now me you go follow till the day we die. But meanwhile, I can't wait to make your face just smile. It's not a lie. You set my soul on fire. So many girls that pass through, none of the girls find pass you. So many things you've been through. Promise life will not be the same again. Wouldn't be the same again. You'll never be the same again. You'll never be the same again. Never be the same again. Don't mind them, then they lie to you. The talk say me I'm too bad for you. Don't mind them, then they lie to you. The talk say my heart a glass, someone don't break it, oh, break it.
Shout out to A. It's D. She said she was skeptical of joining the live stream. Well, I'm glad that you overcame that skepticism because it is the #1 chill spot on YouTube, 100%. You understand? And I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we can all vibe. I know a lot of times people avoid my videos. Someone said on Twitter that they avoid the video because they know they're gonna have to do some self-reflection. So I'm like, you know what? Let's create some lighter vibes. You know, healing doesn't always have to be this deep thing, right? Like it's joy as well. It's laughter. It's community.
Set my soul on fire. So many girls that pass through, none of the girls find pass you. So many things you've been through. Promise life will not be the same again. Wouldn't be the same again. You'll never be the same again. You'll never be the same again. Never be the same.
I'm also working on an idea for all the creatives or artists out there. I'm gonna call it a Jano sponsorship, where every year we sponsor 1 or 2 creators. You know, we give them the resources to invest into equipment or whatever they may need. And I'm just trying to figure out how to properly do it. But, you know, I really want to help liberate as many creatives and artists as possible, because I believe that we are living in the golden age of creation. Like, think about it. 15 years ago, it wasn't really realistic to be an artist or be a creative or truly follow your dreams. Like, a lot of people just had to go and enter into what their parents told them. And that's fine as well, right? Not everyone needs to be an artist, but I really want to just help liberate as many artists. And I know sometimes it's, you know, equipment holds people back, or just not having a little bit of mentorship. So, you know, I'm working out the kinks, and I'm, you know, trying to figure out how to properly do it. But, you know, I want to do a Jono sponsorship that would include a little bit of finances to help people get their equipment, and then like mentorship as well from, you know, me as well. So, you know, stay tuned for that. You know, when it's ready, I will definitely launch that. Y'all will know when that's coming. And to be honest, we're going to have a lot of live streams, more than once a week, actually. I'd love to stream 3-4 times a week. Sometimes, you know, music, sometimes reacting to other videos. There's actually a documentary I want to watch on stream. Sometimes we'll have like documentary sessions where we sit together and we watch films. Whatever it may be, it's just all about the community, right? Shout out to Natasha, shout out to Mackenzie, shout out to Sam Zog.
Continental. Make you no go try to do me, yawa. Make you no go to do me, yawa, baby. Make you no go try to do me, yawa, baby. Make you no go to do me, yawa.
For real.
Remember this, I love you now forever, baby. You no go try to do me, yawa. Make you no go try to do me, yawa, baby. Make you no go to do me, yawa. Adrenaline pumping like a gasoline, girl, you know say me need you, baby. Say nobody if you take you away from me, girl, you know say your body crazy. Good vibes, I'm addicted to loving you. Baby, girl, your body be calling, no. Your smile, girl, you know that I'm wanting you. Yeah. Make you no go try to do me, yawa. Make you no go to do me, yawa, baby. Make you no go try to do me, yawa, baby. Make you no go to do me, yawa. Remember this, I love you now forever, baby. Make you no go try to do me yawa. Make you no go try to do me yawa, baby. Make you no go try to do me yawa. And I'm your life, no.
We winding down. About to close up. Thank you to everyone that's been here. We'll chill for a couple minutes, a couple tunes. Any last questions? Let's get them in. And yeah, we'll definitely see you soon. Shout out to everyone who was skeptics on clicking on the video. Thank you.
I like to keep your bar. Don't come touching me. Don't come feeling me. This is not why we're here. This is not why we're here. I like to keep your bar. Don't come touching me. Don't come touching me. This is not why we're here. This is not why we're here. We're here to have some fun. Some cool fun. This is not why we're here. Don't come touching me. I like to keep your money. I like to keep your money. Cool fun. Cool. Some cool fun.
If there's any musicians in the chat, send me some music. We're going to have the live streams. Maybe I'll play some of your music. If you got the good, I definitely support artists, musicians. I even want to do a live stream where we do some channel reviews. So if you have a channel, I want us to check out your channel, put a little bit of shine on your channel. I'll look at your channel, tell you what I think as well. We're going to do all of that.
I know be a shower. Me self I have my own. If you like, buy champagne.
Shout out to Alik Luna, who said this stream made her day a 10. That's what it's all about.
Have some fun. Some cool fun. This is not why we're here. Don't come touching me. I like to keep your money. I like to keep your money. Cool fun. Cool. Some cool fun. Cool.
How do you send music? hello@heinz.site is the email, hello@heinz.site. If you want, you can just go to my Instagram. It will be in there as well. And again, the theme of today was really just, to unlock our spirit, to get in motion, whatever it may be. A lot of us came into this live stream. We were feeling like a 3, we were feeling like a 4, a 2. Now I see a lot of 7s, I see a lot of 8s. I see some 9s. I even saw a 10. I'm at an 8 myself. A reminder, it takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourselves. It takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourselves, At times we may have to let go of people or habits that no longer serve us. I've been there, you've been there, I know we all have. But it's not a loss, See it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to have a seat, have an interview, right? Going inside, going through the depths to find that treasure within yourself. Have an interview with yourself today. A seat at the table with the soul. There is so much more to you than you even know. I always remind myself that there's so much more to me than I even know. Like, we are still discovering ourselves. There's still gifts, there's still things to realize, there's surprises, and that excitement should get you curious and excited about your path, your journey, your story. But it takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with yourself, right? We may have to sacrifice our usual weekend routine and double down so we can get this project out into the world, I'm sacrificing my black tea for my health right now. No, just joking, but it does take sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourselves. You understand? I remember when I went on an intentional season of celibacy and I sacrificed a lot of different things. It's like I went into the ground, into the soil, and I was in complete darkness for a while. But through faith and nurturing myself, I was able to sprout that seed that I planted and grow and blossom and finally step back out into the world. And all it took was a little bit of sacrifice, which led to the biggest opportunity of my life. I want to thank you, everyone that's been here. I want to thank you, Ivan, for the super chat. Ivan was a 2, went to a 10. I appreciate the super chats because your gratitude is received. And YouTube doesn't allow me to monetize these streams because we play music. And you know what? I'm going to continue to play the music because we want the vibes. I appreciate it.
Never thought you'd be that way, holding on to every small mistake. Can't beg for love to stay. Never thought you'd be my first heartbreak. Don't know what more to say. Family asking where on earth you've been. Can't beg for love to stay. My first love is now my first heartbreak. You never gave us a chance. It's like
Tell me why I was going to say goodbye like 10 minutes ago, but we still here.
you never gave us a chance.
Just is what it is. It is what it is.
To last, 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 to
What else would y'all like to see on streams? Let's get some ideas going. What else would you like to see on streams? Thank you, Corin Miller, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know what you'd like to see on some future streams. What you like to talk about. Maybe there's some videos on the internet you'd like to react to. All suggestions are welcome. The goal is to make it the best stream on the internet. You understand? #1 chill spot on YouTube. Like I said, I want to rent out a billboard in New York Times Square one day. Actually, 2024. And it says #1 chill spot on the internet. Someone said they want to make some tea live. Watching documentaries and having discussions. Yeah, we could do that for sure. For sure, for sure. We're going to do that for sure. Making tea live. Can we make tea live? I guess we could. We just have to be a little bit careful because we have a lot of electronics over here. Yeah, we'll have Gazelle on a stream soon as well. Yeah, invite other artists. Yep, for sure. I was thinking about doing some live podcasting. Live podcasting would be a vibe. Bringing in people for some conversations, 100%. Last song, but let's vibe. Let me know all suggestions. Appreciate it. I love this idea. Have a Zoom session with subscribers. We'll set that up. We'll set that up on the Discord. Definitely join the Discord. That is something I'm going to bring to attention in there, and we'll get that popping. I love that. But we need to make sure we have people that want to interact, that want to engage, that want to chat. But I would love to do that. We'll definitely do a Zoom hangout with subscribers. I can even do a thing where I can actually have a link where people can pop in and talk with me as well on live stream. Maybe we'll do that next time. Maybe we'll have call-ins. I think call-ins could be dope. Yeah, I think call-ins could be a dope vibe. Thank you, Jasmine. I'll definitely check out that music that you sent me. All artists and musicians, send me your music, because I will definitely have a session where we can tap into some people's creations. I want to spread some light on other creators as well. So even if you're a painter, you're an artist or whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll have a segment on the live streams where we show love to the community's creations as well, because we are growing this year. This is an elevated year of self-expression. I can feel it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And we will definitely, get those playlists for y'all. YouTube will copyright every song, so it will be in the description of the video anyways. I will leave it up. And we're going to close it off right there. So thank you, everybody. I had an amazing time.